Salvador Dali threw a great party. We all drank Bacardi, it got kinda gnarly. We're light as a feather, we're tougher than leather. Together we're weirder together.
Here in my car, I feel safe and da-da-da. Do you know the lyrics to the song?
No, but I love Gary Newman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Gary Newman.
Yeah, you have a
have a thing, like you don't feel moved by Gary Newman.
I don't think the onus is on me to explain why I'm not moved by something. I think what's interesting is how moved you are by it. That's more interesting to talk about.
But what about film, that song? I don't like the films. And then he says, I bring it all down. And then he says, the song goes, and there's only me. It's so
I'm not a hater. I'm just not, he's not someone that speaks to me deeply, but you feel him at a soul level, Gary Newman.
And I have that thing where when you love something and your partner isn't that keen, it's like upsetting.
Yeah, but you're amplifying my lack of enthusiasm. It's really like, I like Gary Newman. I've just never gone
But
deep.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
like once I went to a movie with Noah Bogan and Shalom Harlow, and she didn't like the movie, or both of us didn't like it as much as him. And he literally he had a truck, like pulled over and was like, guys, walk home. I mean, we were in New York City, probably 1 block away. But he was like, he couldn't handle like the people he loved the most not being on the same page because it's like threatening. What is that? Psychology.
Yeah. And what was it? Animal House, right? Didn't you say? What was the movie?
How old do you think I am? Like we were seeing Animal House came out when I was like a child.
Oh, did it? Okay, yeah.
It wasn't Animal House.
No.
No, I don't know what it was. It was something. But don't you know that psychology?
Yeah, I do. It's threatening when someone that you love
I want you to love what I love. I've been getting better at that.
Yeah, you can
for
tolerate
some reason
it.
That one. And Elvis Costello is a little bit of another one.
Yeah, Elvis Costello, massive respect for, doesn't speak to my soul.
Right.
That's all. That's okay.
It speaks to the soul in my brain.
The soul of the brain.
Yes.
Yeah, the
So it
diamond
might not
mind.
be like a heart opening, but it's like really hits.
Straight up, how are you processing the news of Trisha Paytas naming her baby Aquaman? Has that been a big experience for you this week?
I love it. I approve this message for all the names of the babies. Elvis, Malibu Barbie, and Aquaman. I love Aquaman. When I was a kid, this will date me. I mean, there was the Fantastic Four. I don't think he was in the Fantastic Four. Anyway, there was a cartoon in the 70s and Aquaman was in it. And I love Aquaman. I love the ocean. I like the superhero Aquaman. I'm curious what the nickname will be.
Is there a pick-me element to giving your kid a like wild or unusual name?
Roll through the names of your cousins because I love them.
Oh, my cousins. Well, my cousins' names are Temne, Davaru, Clilin, Peroween, and Girion, and they're all made-up names by their parents.
I love
those. They all sound like names from like Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah, that's why I love it. I love like the Mists of Avalon and the Arthurian tales. Have you ever tried to read not Chaucer? Who's the person who wrote like about King Arthur, but a long time ago? The Canterbury Tales. Yeah,
I never read it.
That's a really interesting read. That'll open your mind in a weird way. Well, because it's like as I was reading it, I was 6 Easy Pieces. That book on physics.
Oh, Richard Feynman. He was like, that was early, Dower physics, like the combinations between quantum physics and
something about Canterbury Tales. It's like, I don't understand it while I'm reading it, but while I'm reading it, it's so, even Freud, when something's really dense, it kind of changes my mind in the weirdest way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's the act of stretching.
Yes.
As opposed to the
And
exactly
I might
what the
not get
content
there.
is.
I might not get there, but I get there a little bit in it, and it feels good. Like learning algebra when I was pregnant. Remember,
I do. I remember that was so sweet that you decided to use the opportunity to, finish some unfinished business, unsettled score with high school. That you wanted to go and get that GED.
So I was tutored by this woman who was teaching me algebra, and then she went into the military and wasn't teaching me. And then I just was like, can't be bothered to get another tutor.
I hear you.
But I was funny. I was learning algebra with her. And then like a few hours later after the lesson, I was just like doing stuff in the house. And I was like, God, I feel good. Like, did I exercise today or did I like eat something nice or something? And I was like, I think it's because I was learning math and my brain that had not used that part of the brain was like, thank you.
You were exercising that brain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's real.
That's hot.
That's real. That is hot. Yeah.
Let's bring back Paris Hilton's That's Hot.
So go ahead.
That's hot.
Sound like you were about to say something.
I'm just saying that's hot.
Okay. Well, this weekend we had the hottest 100 Australian songs of all time on Triple J. Very big to do. I've obviously been sharing a lot of my own thoughts about Triple J and whatnot, the direction. But take all that aside for a second. Just the act of this polling gives me anxiety. Anytime, as a musician, anytime I'm pitted even arbitrarily in competition against my peers, gives me anxiety. Award shows, polls, stresses me out.
It's fun when you're winning.
Yeah, but if you're winning, even when you're winning, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like, it's almost like the industry has to gaslight us into thinking we're in competition with each other. Because that is not our impulse as artists.
I know. In the sports arena, that's one thing to win and everything. And I don't know, like I always resist the Oscars, watching the Oscars, because I'm like, I've never, whatever, I get bitter. But then I love it. I love the aspect of applauding, they're just like cheering people on. And
Totally.
even though it's all sort of so silly, but it is fun to celebrate people.
Yeah, you always see like Time Magazine and all these magazines sort of only survive because of their list issues.
Right.
Like lists are a huge thing from a marketing perspective in media. So in a way, these awards and list things, they do kind of keep the media engaged with these various art forms and sectors. But it's just such a sorry state of affairs to be in the hottest man on People
Tom
or
Selleck.
whatever. It's all a bit, I don't know. So I found the whole day quite depressing. I got a lot of, very nice congratulations, cigarettes will kill you was in it and whatnot. But I still just found it like, it just stresses me out.
I know.
Stresses me out. I don't want to be in competition against my fellow musicians.
No.
Are you still competitive with actors?
I'm more and more just more excited for them, but I think as I started like very competitive.
Like if someone got a really good role or was on the cover of a magazine or something, you'd feel jealous or?
Yeah, more with the roles. The magazine stuff, yeah. And when people get a campaign, I'm like, ooh, I'd love that campaign.
Yeah. That's how I am with like Ed Sheeran or John Mayer. Like I'm jealous of the money.
Yeah.
I'm not as jealous of other aspects of the career. It does look fun. Like I don't play stadium shows. I'd love to do that.
I do feel like, oh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
When I see people on a set, certain sets,
like with a great director. And high level.
Some Largo backstages.
Yeah.
I love Largo. It's my favorite backstage.
Yeah, that is really
like you'll
fun.
see all those fun people and we've done it. Then I have to remember, like I've done that. I had one campaign. I've starred in things. I've been paid before. I've done Largo. I've had fun sets. So I have to remember that I've done that too. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of campaigns, we've entered an era of the media cycle moves so quickly and getting people's attention is so difficult, let alone holding it, that we've moved into this era of like quite meta, complex and sometimes disturbing celebrity campaigns.
So what would our version of that be? I know.
If we were to do we were to capitalize on a scandal, I don't know. Man. That's why we're not marketing geniuses.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But the Gwyneth Paltrow, who generally has been applauded, she obviously got handed over a big bag to do that fun little infomercial for Astronomer, which was the CEO who got caught cheating at the Coldplay concert. And there was the meta connection because she's Chris Martin's ex.
Yes.
But then Sydney Sweeney being involved in this kind of mild eugenics, white supremacist ad campaign for American Eagle Outfitters.
Obvious, right?
It's a dog whistle. I mean, the thing about like these types of campaigns is they have to go through so much vetting and meetings and analysis that nothing really gets through accidentally. I think what it is though, our friend Malik Saka, who's a great follow on TikTok and who's the host of a Subtle Urban Sex Appeal podcast.
Yeah, look up Susa, S-U-S-A,
Yeah.
on TikTok and Instagram. And if you want like takes on things that are really brilliant and bright.
He said something really interesting. He was like, the point of this is not the racism, it's the capitalism. The fact that like even racism, even white supremacy is now just another tool used to get clicks, to push the stock price up. It's just crazy what a brutal corporate landscape we are in, where in clear conscience, someone can, even if you don't believe that it's an intentional dog whistle, it's there. It's like it has impacted people enough and disturbed people enough that it's a major conversation. And
When
the
you
idea,
say dog whistle.
yeah, you know that phrase, a dog whistle. You know how a dog whistle you can't hear, only dogs can hear it.
Yes.
A dog whistle is anyone who sends a signal out to be heard by specific people.
So the dog whistle is the eugenics because it's like jeans. She's blonde. It's like blue jeans. Like it's sort of hinting to like if you want good genes, and it's this white blonde girl.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm a product of my genes, and it talks about eye color and hair, and she's a blonde hair, blue eyed, and it's also American Eagle Outfitters is a very American identified.
Yeah.
And
Remember we got free stuff from them?
Yeah. Well, this was a different era for American Eagle Outfitters where I did a little in-store for them, and they
When
gave
we
us
were
clothes.
first dating, one of our first things was going in there and just you were like, we can take whatever
free
we
clothes,
want.
yeah.
And I was like, it's not really my style. But I'm like, free clothes.
Yeah. But so the point is that like the idea is not necessarily that this was going to sell more jeans, but it's pushed the stock price up because there is a general sentiment in American corporate life that if you are currently aligned with Trump and this right-wing regime, you stand to have your business interests flourish in the current climate. It's fucking disturbing, man. But have you ever done any kind of like sellout moment, like campaign or event?
Oh my God.
Where what did you do that was it?
Well, when Sophia Coppola and Roman and Zoe and Dono and I did Pepe Jeans, which was H&M or something, and Bruce Weber shot it. So it was like really fabulous having Bruce Weber, but it was still like, I felt super corny. I haven't felt like I sold out, but I've felt really corny doing stuff at times.
But that's cool. I mean, that's a cool
thing.
group of people.
Absolutely.
And a cool
but we all
product
felt kind of corny.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've just felt more like corny doing stuff, but I've never really sold out. Like, I remember, you had a conversation with someone like, what company would you not do anything for? And recently you didn't do something out of a moral feeling about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of like, I'm generally okay with the principle of selling out if you get enough that it really changes your life. You know, like I don't have a problem with people doing like really commercial corporate things. I'm not talking about racist or immoral. I'm just saying corporate, you know.
Sure.
If you can justify it by saying like, you know what, that like kept food on our table for a year or something, I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
But if it's not that good, the money's not that good, I don't know. That's not the kind of thing you want to compromise easily on.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Yeah. But do you think she really, that actress, she was so good in Euphoria.
Yeah.
Do you think she's really like a MAGA?
Well, I mean, I think there is talk that, you know, her family is or whatever. That's not even the issue. I mean, being a Republican or it's just the idea that like we're living in a climate of so much hatred and so much fear. And in any way capitalizing on that for business is in extreme distaste. Extreme distaste.
That's really dark.
It's really dark, yeah. So, you know, the beautiful babies will remember that I tried to order Larry Charles' book and got the AI version of it. That's a couple episodes back. Well, Larry saw the video we made and he actually sent me a proper copy of his book, and he wrote in it, Ben, it's the real me and the real book. And Comedy Samurai by Larry Charles, I loved this book. I had a really big experience reading it. I mean, he's been through so much, working in comedy from Arsenio Hall through to Fridays, In Living Color, then Seinfeld, Curb, Borat and Bruno and Religulous and the Bob Dylan movie Masked and Anonymous. And anyway, it just really made me think, this film, this book, I could really relate to his attraction to these unhinged people.
Yeah.
Because really all these men that he's drawn to working with and helping them do their comedy are, I remember someone telling us the comedy world is full of untreated mental illness. And
Right.
he's been in some very, very interesting and quite dark situations. But I related to it, working with people like Harmony Korine and Evan Dando and Daniel Johnston. I've had an impulse towards these types of creative people that are
they're so fun.
and self-destructive and interesting. And it really made me think, and it's he doesn't place himself free of blame in the dramas that ensued often with these various characters.
Right.
Because they're, they're complex people. And, but I don't know, I love a good industry memoir that is sort of full of moral ambiguity and complexity and working artists trying to make it work. I relate to it, So I really loved it. So I wanted to thank you, Larry, for sending the book, and people should check it out, Comedy Samurai.
Yeah, that's so good. I know we were talking about friends, we love a artistic kind of unhinged friend. And it's where the line, it's interesting to, where that line goes, when it gets to be a little too much or not.
I know, because when you're younger, you have so much sort of infinite time for people's drama.
Yeah.
And as you get older, your bandwidth for drama naturally gets a little narrower.
Yeah. I think we're learning how. I'm excited because Witch is coming to town.
We intend to cause havoc.
It's a band. The genre Zamrock.
Zambian band from the 1970s.
Yeah, and Zambia is so beautiful, known for these beautiful waterfalls.
Oh, really?
It's very beautiful. I was looking it up. These incredible waterfalls that are 360. I mean, it looks like very beautiful country. But I love this psychedelic kind of influence by the Stones. And there was also psychedelic, there was an era that came out in the 70s, I don't know. And then also—
Yeah, this was the 70s, and the main guy—
It started a little earlier, but these guys kind of got—
Yeah, and his name was Jagari, which was the Zambian Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
And they were big in the 70s in Zambia. And then he ended up, I think, going to prison and having a religious conversion. And he came out and he became a gemstone miner. But then he got rediscovered by Western record collectors, and they've been on this, whole new era. And I can't wait. They're playing at Sydney Recital Centre in November. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah,
there was where we saw Beth Orton, right, in that theater. But they're taking up all the seats so we can boogie.
Dance.
It's gonna be good.
And there was this psychedelic thing out of Cambodia around the same time.
Oh, right, yeah. And psych and surf rock or something. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's pretty interesting. That's going to be fun.
Totally. I just was up in Byron Bay last week I was doing the keynote address at this regional and remote music summit. And Byron Bay, I grieve the Byron Bay I used to know. You know, when we used to go up to Byron Bay, in the 90s, it still had a feeling of sort of being semi-undiscovered. And it was lovable eccentrics were everywhere, and it's just it's now either influences or dark. There's a whole creepy vibe to it that's there's a lot of money, a huge amount of money is poured into it, and it's just not I don't know. It's
And
lost
the
something for me.
darkness is more just that hippie sliding into QAnon world.
I think it's that. I think it's drugs. I think there's also supposedly, there was just some recent news about some sort of unsolved murders of young women that's been going on over decades. Like, it's just got
Creepy.
It feels a bit lawless, and that can be a beautiful thing if people are working together and responsible. But it can also go really dark. But the conference was amazing because it's so funny. Like, I don't know, it's part of, I was telling someone today, like, as us at our ages, we're becoming like elder statespeople of alternative culture or whatever. And I'm really trying to resist the urge to having any answers to anything, because I really don't know what the answers are. And sometimes you're put in this situation to do a keynote address, you're going up to Brisbane Writers Festival, like, where you're, in some ways you can feel pressure to like know the answers.
Yeah.
I do not know any answers.
Anyone who says they know answers, I'm like not, I mean, unless you're a teacher and you're teaching me a subject, like a specific subject, I'm like, well, hopefully you know the answer. You know, you're telling me this is, you're teaching me something you studied.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the Matthew McConaughey?
I do not like his answers that he's offering.
That was amazing.
We listened to, there's a podcast called Decoding the Gurus, and they did a long extended piece on a Matthew McConaughey webinar that he did with like a fake audience.
He made so much money.
We crunched the numbers on that. It was like,
that I'm a little jealous.
He made a lot of money, but selling like nonsense, like truly, it's just pure Tony Robbins. Like, people are sitting at home disempowered, not feeling like in charge of the decisions they're making in their lives. And Tony Robbins or Matthew McConaughey comes on with a bongo drum, beating their heart, telling them, go after it. You can do anything you want. And I was like, you don't have to do anything except hand over the money for the ticket to the thing. And that's meant to be the first step.
And the amount
of
people, the percentage of people that will really help, it's kind of like, I mean, it's one thing to give a keynote at a school and stuff like that, but like the amount of people who are really going to come out doing really well from something.
No, and that's the thing. So this music conference, when you're in a situation where you want to be of service, right? And you're like, I'm sitting there being interviewed in front of an audience who've bought their tickets or whatever, and you want to give them value. It's got to be entertaining, but I also don't want to give the false idea that I have any secret recipe to anything, when especially someone like me who's like stumbled their way through a 30-year career, just making mistakes and fumbling around, and lo and behold, I've survived. But I keep coming back to the idea in those situations that really all you can do is just give people courage to do things their own way, to take the journey,
entertain, I don't know, like Saved by a Story. That was like a charity, but it was a great thing where sort of people would write a little piece on a theme and come in and read their funny little stories, and the money would go to libraries or something. But that's not, people are there to just be entertained, and it's a charity or something.
That was that amazing. Do you remember there was, I forget the guy's name, Al something. He was the writer for The Daily Show, and he said his whole childhood was defined by his parents trying to get bargains on other people's divorces in the neighborhoods. Like when they would need to put their house up for sale and sell all their shit.
His dad would come and take him and be like, let's go to this one because it's going to be good. And he said, son, where there is deep sorrow, there's deep savings. But wait, also I have to shout out Laura Silverman, Sarah Silverman's sister, who Sarah looks up to and is such a brilliant writer. And her piece was so funny about her dad and a duck or something. Speaking of clapping.
Wait, just before you move on from Laura, because she was in Dr. Katz.
Yes.
Professional therapist, not famously, in my mind, that's something Winona introduced me to. She had the first episodes of Dr. Katz, and I fell in love with it. Great animated show about therapy. But Dr. Katz I follow on TikTok, and he's put out his first like jazz fusion album as a musician. And it came on, I was like, this is so cool. I just liked it. Anyway, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you ever do the thing that they do on the Valley, or this is a new thing when people are angry, they clap while don't do that to me anymore. Like they They clap.
I told you, I will not have my boundaries be disrespected.
You can't stand up and do that in my face. It's like the clapping while you're getting mad.
Where did that
people.
come from?
I don't know. I think it's a natural like physicality of how you're feeling. It's just a natural.
Yeah, I do like it. It's like really accenting the points you want to make in a sentence. And it makes them sound more important than they are.
And also, I think you're clapping in someone's face and it's aggressive.
Yeah.
But do you have any slang that you can say what our kids are saying now that's kind of funny?
Okay, I do have one. So on TikTok.
That's why I asked.
So on TikTok currently, the new thing the kids are saying is, fuck you. In all kinds of circumstances.
That's
like
good.
It's just becoming like a response, fuck you. Like you'll see like someone posting a really funny TikTok and people just writing underneath fuck you.
Right.
I like fuck you as a term of endearment.
Yeah, I do too. And there's, what do they say? If something hit, it's like a new term.
That hits?
No, it's not hit. It's something like hit. Anyway, I don't know if I can remember.
Any new slang you're working on adapting at the moment?
That Taya was saying.
What slang are you working on adding into your vocabulary?
Fuck you.
Yeah, you are. You told me that pretty much last night through body language while we were playing rummy tiles.
Oh, yes.
That was a real…
Grandma's in town, my mom, and she bought some. It wasn't a garage sale. She actually bought them at the Bondi Junction Westfield Mall that she just now calls Jungo.
Fresh out of the factory, this game.
Not even the Jungo. It's Jungo. Char Grill Charlie's, she can't, I don't know if the word char grill, like she doesn't compute, but now it was, I'm going to Charlie's, and now it's just, I'm going to Charlie.
She's an honorary Aussie. And
Yeah,
she
but
blessed our
Aussies-
house with Rummy Cube.
Aussies wouldn't say Charlie is a slang, because everything is like more with an O at the end.
But look, she's only been here a little bit. Let her warm up.
Yeah.
She'll be calling, the gas station the servo before long. But
So she got the rummy tiles. Rummy tiles? That's not what it's called.
Rummy tiles, Rummy Cube.
I'm just going to call it tile. Actually, Goldie's friend calls it numbers.
Numbers.
So we play a lot these days, which is very nice because it's
wholesome.
Wholesome. We play with our kid and, teenagers playing. Anyway, I was like feeling kind of stretched or something. And then I was like, I'm going to be so mellow and cool and just, I'm not going to get feisty because I get feisty just in my life. I'm going to just like play with Ben and everything. And I don't know what happened, but you were sitting to the left of me, which meant as I'm doing my turn, and with rummy tiles, it's like you're looking at the board and you're trying to see how you can place these numbers. And it's like super fun to do, but you don't want to be rushed. And so when you were fiddling with this is what I was thinking when I was coming in. I'm not going to be competitive. I'm just going to play in a very relaxed way. But then once you started fiddling with your tiles, I felt you were rushing me with your body language.
It's called paranoia.
Rushing me with your body language.
But people don't know your feisty side.
Okay, but so then I didn't do anything at that point. I just was like, I give me a second. And you were like, what? I'm not doing anything. Then like 5-10 minutes later, actually at the very end of the game when it gets very tense, where everyone's like, I'm winning this. You've got 3, someone's got 2 tiles left. You have to get rid of them. It's like the race to the end of who's going to win first. I was still feeling relaxed. Like I'm just doing this to join in with Goldie and her friend and you. And then what happened? I had 2 11s and you were like raring to win. You had 1 tile and you're ready to put that tile down. And you were like, what happened? What did you do?
Look, I think you're getting lost in the mechanics of the actual game. The point was what was captured. Kate took a photo of you getting in my face.
What did you do though?
I told you there's nothing you can do with that tile.
And then you just said, actually, you can put this one down. And then I was like, oh, wow. And you put one down for me right after you said there's nothing you can do.
Well, with one, I knew there was something you could do with one of them, just not the other one.
So meanwhile, firstly, that meant you looked at my tiles. You were handling my tiles, telling me there's nothing you could do. But then you were like, actually, you could do this. And then I was just like, oh my God, this is a lot. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I have one tile left. So let me see if I can do something. But you sort of were more rough than you usually are in your tone.
Okay, still.
And you wanted to win. So
Okay.
you were like manhandling me before you were winning. So you defended yourself. And I was like, wait, you have no leg to stand on. While I'm telling you this,
Yes.
one of our kids took a picture. But in my memory, when you leaned back.
Well, can we show
when
the
you
beautiful
leaned
babies
back,
the photo?
No.
Okay, can you describe the photo?
Yes. In the photo, it looks like I'm screaming at you and
And I'm being blown over by the force of your rage.
But that's not what really happened.
That is what happened.
No, it isn't. Your lying back was like laughing. Like it wasn't you being blown over by
It's
my
interesting.
rage.
That's how you perceive
No,
the
that's
effect of
how-
your abuse.
No, that's what happened. And I'm doing the two Italian hands of like
Sure.
where you squeeze your fingers together.
Sure.
But in the picture, you'll see Goldie is laughing hysterically.
Well, it also reminded me, like this week I tried smelling salts because Goldie got them because it's like a craze going around TikTok. And I was expecting to be disgusted by this smell. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was like, I could see actually how it was addictive. I was like, get those things out of the house. I'm going to be doing that every day.
I know. I put them in a drawer and then the next morning I saw they were out and I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, I cannot be trusted around these smelling salts. This is not going to be good.
No, I think in my memory, I got mad because you manhandled my thing. You told me I didn't have anywhere to go and then I did. And then you rushed me and then you were like gaslighting me. So I was angry, but I wasn't like screaming.
Okay.
But I do remember you falling back. You were kind of like laughing.
Okay.
But in the picture, it looks like I
look
screaming.
shell-shocked.
You look like abused.
I love this new Folk Bitch Trio record. It's called Now Would Be a Good Time. They're a Melbourne band. Amazing harmonies. It's got a real like 70s. It kind of reminds me of like that Jenny Lewis stuff she was doing with like great harmonies, folk songs. I don't even know what to say about it, but I just love this record. I'm so happy. The music industry is so singles driven these days that just having an album you can just put on beginning to end. We've put it on like 3 or 4 times
That's great.
this week in the house and I'm just loving it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I check it out, people. It's so good.
Oh,
I'm
that's so
not diverting us from the conversation about the rummy tail blow up
No, I
last
think
night.
we're
But
done.
I feel like we had wrapped that up. But it is such a great record. It's
Maybe
called
we'll show the picture.
Now Would Be a Good Time. Can I play? Let me just show the photo just so it's
no,
on.
No, not now. I'm just
Okay.
saying maybe.
Maybe I'll insert it
Yeah,
into
don't
the clip or
manhandle
something.
my.
Okay, I'm not manhandling you.
Okay.
The last thing I wanted to chat about was where did you stand on the other night? We had a lovely night. Our friend Johnny and Jules, we went over to their new house in Bondi and we were having this conversation about memorabilia. And because one of these other guests, really nice lady, she said she'd heard a rumor that I'd thrown out a gold record on the street for council pickup.
No, you
And
didn't.
I did.
Why?
Well, because I just like didn't have anywhere to put it and it was really big and whatever. And I was like, and I was trying to explain to her that they're not Oscars. Like Oscars are made by the Academy and they're a rare object.
I like your. You have a gold lion,
Yeah, Cannes Gold Line. That's made by the people at Cannes.
and also you have those sharp objects.
Yeah, the arias, yeah.
arias that look like.
Otherwise known as
If
sharp
we
objects.
have a bad Rummy Cube episode, get those away from me.
But you know what I'm saying? Like gold records are made by record labels. Anyone can make them.
Yeah.
They're cheaply made.
They're so cheesy though, in a good way. Though.
Yeah. But do you
You did have that also the other thing with the water in it.
Yeah, that was one of them that I was like, they're cute, but
looked
they're like,
like-
what are you going to keep it for? But
like
do you
moldy.
understand that like some people who aren't in entertainment think it's almost blasphemous to throw these things out? Like you're throwing out your birthday card from your kid or
Those
something.
gold records look like you know those people who have all those pictures on the walls of them with famous people like from the 80s?
Like at a laundromat.
Yeah. And on wood paneled, but not the good kind of wood paneled,
Yes.
like fake wood panel walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you went in that direction in a cheesy way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I think of that. Like, maybe for your kids, they'd like it.
Yeah.
Or everyone always tries to like put those things in the bathroom.
And then other people want you to collect, like have a storage space that's climate controlled if you're in the entertainment, where you keep every single thing and costume you've ever worn. And
Steve Martin did it.
Did you keep costumes? Did you keep a dress from Say Anything?
I should have.
But you didn't do it, right?
I would do like that. I think memorabilia is amazing if it's like, I mean, you know, the red slippers.
Apparently Uma Thurman has all her costumes on mannequins.
Well, that's a little crazy. No, but that's good. I mean, I don't know. I think that for the fans, it would be good. I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool. I wish I had some of the grunge clothes from River's Edge.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would do. Some people would like it. They would find it fun.
All right. I didn't know if I was out of touch. I said it was a very entitled, like first world problem. What do you do with gold records? But it was interesting that it was such a she thought it was blasphemous.
Well, the gold record, I don't think you should keep. But like if it's something like old T-shirts and stuff are really cool.
No, they are cool.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, We Did Together podcast. Bentley.
Ione Sky.
You can email us a question for our mini episodes on weirdtogetherpod@gmail.com. You can sign up for our newsletter. We send out a couple emails a week, sometimes just one. Tour dates, tickets on sale now for My Awake As You New Sleep 20th anniversary tour in September and October. Ione's memoir, Say Everything. Get it? Still available. Ione's coming up with some last-minute conversation points she wants to come in with.
Oh, yeah. Just one last thing about Zambia.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That was interesting, and it reminded me of what's happening in Australia now, I think, hopefully. In order to celebrate the culture of the newly independent nation in the 60s, the president decreed that 95% of music played on radio stations had to be Zambian.
Damn straight, Australia, listen up. That's what we should be doing. Following Zambia's lead.
Kenneth Kenda.
Triple J, all Australian music. I'm saying it.
95%.
There you go.
Zambian music.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Together we're weirder, we're weirder together.